This is Jose A. Romo. This is the Infinite AM podcast.
You're talking to the camera.
I'm talking like our host, Panda,
What's
over
up,
here,
guys?
and our guest, the host of the Perfect
What's
Dozen,
up, what's up?
world traveler. What else do you do? You're also a musician.
Yes, sir.
It's a man of many trades.
Yes.
He does it all.
Jack of all trades.
I always come out like with the hard question right away. The thing I'm fucking most fascinated about you is, like I mentioned a while back ago, we played football together, playing around, we hooped together, we worked together briefly.
Yeah.
Then now you moved up, you're traveling, and you're doing this show where you and your homeboy go around. Well, you take different people, don't you, to these different trips all over the place to try different donuts?
Usually when we go to a different city, we try to meet up with a local person from that city.
That's pretty smart. Yeah.
You know what I mean? So we can get a feel of where they're from, what they like, what they grew up on. And, you know, we always try to include the local people. If we know somebody that lives in that city, or, you know, friends that have moved from here to there or wherever, yeah, we're going to meet up with them. But usually we try to meet somebody in that city, and the donuts that we do get in that city, we do try to bring them back for our friends, family here, so they get to try not only the donuts on the show, but, you know, random stuff from different places.
Bring back a little piece of where you went.
Yeah.
What got you started on the show? What gave you the idea to like, let me just make a fucking donut show? And the quality on it, it's like something that would be on the fucking Food Channel. So.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah,
Props
no,
on
I
that,
just, like I told you earlier, I just saw that little Instagram video, and just with that, man, it was really good quality. And the content, because you know, Instagram's limited, you only have a certain amount of time to fit everything on there.
Yeah.
I was like, wow, that's really good, especially for that short amount of time.
Yeah, I gotta give thanks to my partner in crime on this show. His name's Tofu De Lamore.
Okay.
He actually does all the editing and all the music. So all the music that we have for the show is original.
Can't be copyrighted.
Yeah, it can be copyrighted, you know. And not only is the music original, we also, they're actual songs.
Okay.
That, you know, that either I have been on or that he's been on. So, you know, there's also a Perfect Dozen soundtrack coming soon.
Shit.
You gotta get our hands on that.
Yeah, so all the music that you hear from the show is actually going to be...
That's pretty cool. So you're taking like other stuff you do and incorporating it.
I was going to say that you're dipping from your
really
other world and mixing it into it.
Yeah, and Tofu, you know, he's a video director, film director, so we linked up. So the story goes like this. I was at work one day, and I'm talking to my coworker, and he's like, man, have you ever heard of Voodoo Donuts? And I'm like, no, what's Voodoo Donuts? He's like, it's this crazy donut shop in Portland. You know, he's like, they put crazy stuff on top of donuts. I was like, let me see. So he showed me a picture on Instagram. And I was like, wow, dude, these are crazy donuts, like M&M's and bacon.
That kind of sparked your
Fucking
interest.
Oreos.
Yeah, like before that moment, before he showed me, I never even thought that was, you know, I was thinking chocolate donut, maple donut. I never
glazed,
thought,
maybe,
glazed, old fashioned. I didn't think anything like that was possible. So I told him, I was like, man, I have to go. So the very next week, I went up to Portland, went to Voodoo Donuts.
Oh, that's fast.
Yeah.
He's like,
Yeah, I'll go next week.
So yeah, the next week on my day off, I went up to Portland. I went right to Voodoo Donuts. I got a big box, and I was like, oh man, these are so good. So I bought them back to Sacramento. And Tofu, which I work on him with the show, he actually was there at my friend's house when I bought all the donuts to my friend's house. He's like, wow, you went to Portland to get these? I was like, yeah, man. He's like, that's crazy. You should have filmed yourself. And I just blew him off. I was like, I blew him off. I was like, yeah, whatever. You know, it's cool. You know, I should have filmed it. That would have been cool. Ha ha ha. So a couple months had passed, and I remember it was NBA 2K15 had just came out, and I was playing the game, and I was like, all of a sudden I got a hankering for some more donuts.
Yeah.
So I went back up to Portland again to get the same Voodoo Donuts. I brought them back again, shared them with all my friends. Tofu was there again. He's like,
did you record it this time?
No, I didn't.
Okay.
This time I actually took pictures of it and put it on Instagram. But I didn't
You're
record
getting
it.
there.
You're getting there.
progression.
Yeah, so I bring the donuts back again. He's like, man, you should have filmed that, man. He's like, next time tell me. I'll go with you. And I was like, yeah, whatever. I blew it off again. So then one day, you know, I started researching donuts because I started, you know, noticing more places that were doing stuff like that. So I looked up 3 places. So I went to Portland, and then I went to San Jose and Burbank, and I brought all these donuts back to my friend's house, and I set them on the table. I said, hey guys, these donuts are from Portland, these donuts are from San Jose Psycho Donuts, and these donuts are from Glazed Donut Bistro in Burbank.
you're everybody's favorite
Yeah.
fucking friend,
So,
man.
Yeah, so I put them all on the table. Everybody's going. Everybody's traveling. Tofu comes up to me, grabs me by the shoulder. He's like, man, he's like, you gotta film yourself doing this. He's like, I'll help you. He's like, you know, I can edit and do the music. He's like, let me help you do this. Let's do this. Let's put something together. And I was like, all right, if you'll help me.
Yeah,
I'll
I
do
mean,
it.
from what you're saying, it seems like he saw the potential in this.
Yeah,
from the
he
get-go.
immediately.
He's like, no, what you're doing
Yeah.
is what people don't normally do, so
Yeah.
you got to record this.
Yeah.
And also, you didn't give the background of the fact that you work for Southwest, so you have this golden ticket
Well,
to
that
be
explains
able
it,
to
yeah.
fucking go and travel.
Yeah.
Because now you're saying how it started out here, local, fairly local, Portland. Like, I've been to Portland. Voodoo Donuts is legit.
Yeah.
And then the city, it's known for being weird. Like, they have it
Yeah.
written on the walls, like, keep Portland weird.
Yeah.
That's a good first, like, stop
Yeah,
for the donut
definitely.
adventure. But you've expanded that shit. I seen you were in, like, Amsterdam recently?
Yes. We actually went there for. That's a funny story. We were supposed to go to Kazakhstan for the World's Fair.
Oh.
My buddy that put the whole trip together. We get out all the way to Amsterdam, and he's like, "Hey guys, I got to tell you, if we go to Kazakhstan, there's no flights for us to get home." So we're thinking like, "Oh yeah, we're gonna go out there round trip or whatever." He put the whole thing together. He's like, "Yeah, we're not gonna be able to get home." So
Yeah.
we're like,
Yeah.
"Well, why didn't you tell us that?"
Yeah.
Well,
now you tell us.
First of all, they do World Fairs still. That shit's going on.
I didn't know that either. He told me.
I thought
he's
that
like,
shit was from like the 1930s and
Yeah.
20s. That shit's going on still.
Apparently they do. So it was crazy.
Still
So
popping in Kazakhstan.
yeah. So we didn't make it out to Kazakhstan. So we were like, all right, what are we gonna do? So we were in Amsterdam. We're like, let's just make the most of it. So
Yeah.
we walked around, got some donuts, tried some different things. So it was a cool trip. We weren't there for too long. We actually on that trip we went from Amsterdam to Brussels and spent a day in Brussels, and then we went to Paris. And that was cool. We got to try Belgian waffles, which was amazing. And then Paris, we didn't do too much, but we walked around. I didn't get to try any donuts there, but
From what I hear, I haven't been to Paris, but from what I hear, food's not the best, but pastries is where it's at.
that's what it looked like. We did a lot of window shopping on the pastries,
Oh,
but
okay.
didn't pick up too much.
That's the next level.
Yeah.
Orgasm, but now with pastries. Then in Cuba, food not the best, and there's
Yeah.
not even that much food, but the pastries in Cuba were bomb as
I
fuck
believe
as
it.
well. So there's like a similarity there to France.
Well, I like how it kind of snowballed. Like you're like, all right, let me go to this place, right, Voodoo.
Yeah.
And then from there, it kind of got your interest, and you're like, well, what else is there? Like you did research and everything.
Yeah.
Like I'm thinking, if it was me, I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna go to Voodoo Donuts, have a good time, test it out. But that's where I stop. Like that's where I'm done. But you're like, no. Let me check what else is out there. San Jose, all those spots, and now you're going all over the world. That's pretty cool to me.
Yeah, and slowly but surely I became the donut guy.
Yeah, exactly.
Like people would just hit me up
It's
about
donut guy.
random donut questions and places to go. Like, hey, I'm going to Chicago. Where should I go? And then I'm like, oh, you should go here and go there. And people try and they hit me back. I'm like, yeah, that was a good, advice or a good pick for you to.
The Dawn of
Yeah.
Donuts. That's gonna be your fucking new name. You were in. How long have you been doing music for? Then to make the transition of still in an artistic field, but totally different from music. Now you're hosting a show like fucking Anthony Bourdain and stuff.
Well, music's. I've been doing that since about 2005, right when I got out of high school.
Okay.
Giving away my age there. Just turned 30 this year. Happy.
Congrats.
But yeah. But music's always been a part. I didn't meet Tofu until 2008, I believe. And when I met him, like musically, we connected.
Mhm.
Like we can get in the studio and we can knock out songs like
Yeah.
that. Like I never had chemistry with any other producer like with Tofu. So ever since then, we just got closer and closer and closer and became like brothers.
Yeah.
So the
I
music.
like how you do this.
This means it's like, if you don't do this, you're not really brother. No, but ever since then, man, we connected. Tofu actually produced my entire first album, which is called No Shenanigans, shameless plug, on iTunes. So
Yeah,
check it out if you haven't heard it.
Anything you got, let them know.
Yeah, man. So, and No Shenanigans was a long time coming. It took us a really long time to record the album because it was like my first album. I didn't know.
Yeah. It was the cherry popper.
Yeah, I didn't know what to do or how to make an album. I just knew I wanted to make one. I liked rapping and everything. And Tofu and I put out a great product. And he has his own CDs and own albums. And he does a bunch of music and other stuff for other people. So it's like we were destined to meet,
Yeah.
So ever since then,
But then your guys' relationship now has evolved to where he's producing instead of music. Now he's producing these shows.
Yeah.
What's the last one that you did? Because you guys went to Amsterdam, but he didn't go with you for that one.
He didn't go with us for that. The last one that we finished and put out was at Trejo's Donuts.
I've seen that one.
That was.
You guys got pictures with him and everything?
No, he wasn't there. It was a soft opening.
Uh-huh.
Tofu actually hit me up the day before the soft opening happened. He's like, Trejo's Donuts is opening tomorrow. You gotta come down here. And I was like, shit. I got,
I gotta assemble this.
It was my
Machete's opening a donut shop, dude.
I will always remember the day.
It's scary, man.
Because I'll always remember the day because it was the same day as my mom's birthday that the shop opened up.
You can't forget that.
So yeah,
Be in trouble.
so I went down to. I told Tofu, I was like, I can come down there, but I gotta get back because it's my mom's birthday. So he's like, all right, we'll get it done. So I flew down there. We got there early in the morning. We were super excited. We had been waiting months ever since he announced it because we love Trejo's Tacos. It's a great taco shop. So when he announced donuts and coffee, Tofu loves coffee.
Yeah.
That's his thing.
Him and I will get along.
Yeah.
Well.
He loved whenever we go to the donut shops, he goes for the coffee. How's the coffee taste, everything. So we got down there before it opened. We were the first ones in line, and it was amazing. We tried the nacho donut, is what we featured.
Yeah, that's the one I saw.
Tastes exactly like nachos,
That's
jalapenos, cheese, and everything.
That's weird.
I don't know, man. It's just like the Jelly Bean Factory. Like they
Yeah.
come up with some crazy concoctions, grass and Dr. Pepper and coffee.
Bean Boozled.
Bean Boozled. Oh man.
They got socks and shit.
Yeah.
So you do like these short ones on IG, and then you guys make the elongated one on YouTube.
Exactly. So
Is it kind of like episode based or?
So the concept of the show, it's the perfect dozen. So if you could go around the country and get a donut from Portland, a donut from California, a donut from Chicago, New York, et cetera, and you could take 12 donuts from each of those shops and put it into one box, that would be the perfect dozen.
Gotcha.
So each episode we try to feature at least one donut that somebody could like, somebody would pick. We don't always feature just one donut. Sometimes we just love the donuts and we just put them on. But
shout them out.
Yeah, shout them out. But on Instagram, we usually do like the little 1 minute, 60-second videos, featuring the donut shop, plug them, tell people what they're about, tell them where they are, all that good stuff. Then on YouTube, that's the actual, like you said, long episodes.
So from, I haven't been to nowhere near as many as you, but in Voodoo, which one was your top one?
Oh, the Marshall Mathers.
Marshall
Which
Mathers.
one's
That's the Eminem one.
Yeah,
see it.
See, you can have the pun and
makes
that's
perfect
pretty cool.
sense. I like I think it was called the Old Dirty Bastard.
Yeah.
The one with the Oreo peanut butter on top.
Oh, it just has
I think that's the one that was the Old Dirty Bastard.
And then I want to ask you, what's the process of like picking one out? Like, do you just kind of look them up, do your research, and then head over there?
So what I do is, I like to, like you said, research the donut shop. I like to go there, try the donut, scout it out. I don't really say anything. I just, go in there like a normal customer. I go in there, scout them out, try them, bring them back. Tofu tries them. Other people try them. Like, oh yeah, these donuts are good. And I talk it over with Tofu. I say, what do you think about making this peanut butter and jelly donut? The donut for the episode. And he's like, yeah, it's good. So
okay. So
then
you go test it out first, and then actually just
Tofu is also the guy that gets in contact. He has the gift of gab, so he knows how to talk to people.
He has a mouthpiece.
Yeah, he has a mouthpiece. I'm just the face.
Well, that's
I'm
what I was gonna ask you. Like, do
look.
you mostly reach out to like the shop owners and everything? Like, we're gonna head out, and then do you talk to them as well? Like interview them?
Yeah. We talk to them. We interview them. We try to treat it just like a real show. So like, not only the donut that we feature, we actually like to see them make it.
Mm-hmm.
See what goes into it.
I've seen a couple of the episodes where you guys are back there while they're making it and shit.
Yeah.
Just completely legit. That's Food Network stuff.
And when we first started, we knew that we wanted to do the show, but we had no idea what we were doing. We just know that we wanted to do. So we did a bunch of research on Food Network, Travel Channel shows, and
you guys put a couple ideas together.
Yeah, a couple ideas together, and that's when we came up with the pilot episode. But our film style now is so evolved from when we first started to now. It's so much better in the content that we have out. We have a bunch of content that we filmed. We spent 3 months going to different places like New York and Baltimore, DC, going to a bunch of different places and filming. and we're putting all that together to give to the people, and I can't wait till it.
So you guys
comes out.
just went out, shot the whole season per se, then stockpiled.
Well, we shot half of the season. That's our goal was to shoot half of it, and then see if we can get picked up, or
How does that go about now? Is he hitting up places like I don't know Vice News or like different little outlets to try to get picked up?
What's the end goal, like from where you're at to where you want to be at?
Where we want to end up at is we want to take the show and just have it legendary like diners, drive-ins, and dives, and also have that show, but allow it to branch us out to other shows.
Gotcha.
Because we have so many other crazy ideas for shows that we want to do that involve travel and food.
And this is kind of like your opening.
And, yeah, this is the opening. To
it's
that,
a great opening. I'll tell you that much.
Thank you. We want to prove to people that not only can we put together a good product, but we're capable of doing it ourselves, building it, branching out, and hey, if you want to pick up the show, you also have other options to check us out on the other things we're doing. So
yeah.
And then you have that's coming with the accessibility of being able to travel, and you guys are doing damn near everything as them just picking it up and having the name behind it.
Exactly. So we do all the work ourselves. We're trying to build up our fan base, daily, and it's a grind, but hey, it's worth it.
Yeah,
and
for sure.
A lot of people that didn't believe in the beginning were kind of like skeptical of the idea.
Yeah.
Man, they see it now and they're like, man, you guys came along.
Well, and I bet the experience is really valuable as well. Like, I mean, you're going to all these places too. You're not just going to the donuts. Like, you're going to Amsterdam. You're going to a lot of these different places.
And it's crazy. That's why I love social media. People I've never even met before hit me up like, what's your top 5 donut shops?
Yeah.
Where should I go? I'm going here. What should I eat? Where should I da-da-da-da? So it's cool.
Do you like that, being the go-to donut guy?
Yeah. Sometimes it catches me off guard because I'm not expecting.
Yeah.
I'm still, I'm not a celebrity or anything like that, but I'm not at the point where, I'll realize that people are going to ask me this randomly on the street. Like, I got recognized one time. I was in Target and somebody said, "Hey, it's the donut guy."
That's you.
And I was like, "Whoa, okay, this is cool, man." People recognizing me. And we were at Tofu and I were at Disneyland about a month ago, and somebody recognized him in Disneyland. So I was like, "Wow, that's
pretty
cool."
Wow.
So.
We're trying to do like some similar aspects. Like we got the podcast going all off of a whim. Just like, man, I like talking to people. I like getting different perspectives, different people's views on life or places and whatnot. So we're just like, let's record our conversations.
Yeah.
And from there, just like you're saying with your episodes, it's evolved. We like finally got fucking video on our shit, and we're trying to grow it and whatnot. But like, I would like to pick your brain quite a bit on starting those. How'd you start and how you put these things together?
Yeah, like I'm sure there was a lot of trial and error at first, right?
Yeah.
Just kind of go.
Oh man. So first of all, when we first started, actually our pilot episode was shot with 2 iPhones and a GoPro.
Nice.
When we're there, we're not really thinking about the lighting.
Mm-hmm.
We're not really thinking about mics. Certain things that you would need to do a presentable show. But Tofu is such a genius that he can work around all our mistakes.
He's
That
a MacGyver with
he's
videos and everything.
the MacGyver with everything. He's like, here, we're gonna do the lighting with this. We're gonna stand right here. We're gonna do this with the iPhone microphone, and the guy is a genius when it comes to stuff like that.
Let him go.
Yeah, man. Ever since we started working together, I picked up game from him. So, but I got hats off to him. He's very smart. But once we, like you said, trial and error, we get a big whiteboard and we say to ourselves, okay, what makes like diners, drive-ins, and dives so great? What makes Man versus Food so great?
Deconstruct it.
Yeah, like why do I like watching that show? Why do other people like watching that show? And we just take little points from there, and then after that we say, how can we make this original?
Yeah.
And what's the format of a show? Like I say again, Tofu, he has experience in TV shows and film directing, so he knows like, hey, we gotta have a beginning and an end, and we combine ideas and stuff like that. So. The pilot episode is the trial and error episode, and then everything after that is
just getting better with each episode.
Yeah, getting better with each episode, learning from our mistakes from each episode. How can we get better? What could we have done different? So like we said, we have no training in actually making our own show. So
learning on the job.
Yeah, it's like learning on, like you say, learning on the job, man. That's all we're doing. Is sometimes it works out, sometimes we have mistakes. We were filming in New York one time, and our hands were so cold. Like to control, because we had a GoPro,
Uh-huh.
and you had the gimbal, but to control the gimbal, you couldn't really have gloves on.
Mhm.
So Tofu's hand is like shaking like this, but he's trying to hold it straight. And I'm doing my opening monologue for that episode, and I kept messing up. He's like, "Come on,
God damn it!"
Like, my hands are fucking cold, you know. So stuff like that, man. It's just
Get that little pocket one.
Yeah,
the
Tom Brady.
NFL.
yeah.
Come on, let's go.
Definitely, but ever since the beginning, we've stepped our game up. We still use our iPhones. We have lenses for our iPhones now.
Okay.
We have GoPros. We have 2 DSLRs, and Tofu has another gimbal. I forget the name of it, but
What do you guys do for audio? Do you guys have like a little clip-on mic?
clip-on microphones. Tofu has a shotgun mic. I'm gonna get another microphone, but Tofu has like a whole sound editing. Like I said, the dude is just so creative. So he has shotgun mics. He knows how to angle different mics. We do have the little lavalier mics too. So
Looking at it, you guys already have it fucking made because you're traveling. That's like the big part of what hell people want to do.
yeah,
They want to get to a point where they can travel and you're doing something that you're passionate about. You're being creative. You're trying all these different fucking donuts out. So you guys made it already in a sense, but you want to grow it to be able to show your product to more people and show them what you go through, the trials and tribulations of fucking finding these dope ass donuts.
You know, I get the feeling when I do travel and I'm in a city and I say, "Oh man, such and such was here on their show." I want people to get that same feeling, like, "Oh, I'm walking through New York, like, oh man, let's go and get that donut from the donut shop that's in here in New York. Like those guys were there. Let's go try it." You know, so
You're trying to create an experience for people to kind of go after as well. In Amsterdam, how long did you stay in Amsterdam, first of all?
1 day.
One day?
Yeah.
Oh, you try out, you go to the coffee shops, red light district.
gotta
What do you see out there? People all doped out on mushrooms? Like, what was happening?
Well, it is different from here in America. We did walk by the red light district, and it's a different experience. Because, you know, when you go to certain places, even if you don't join in on the local, you know, festivities, you still have to go and see it. Yeah, experience the culture. And the red light district was crazy. I was like, wow, this is, you know, I saw a guy on his cell phone trying to take pictures. This guy comes out of nowhere, fucking grabs him. He's like, "Hey, you can't take pictures." He's like, "Get out of here." So it's definitely crazy. You can definitely smell the coffee shops once you get into the city.
You like put the camera away.
Okay.
So that's a whole other fucking
That's
episode
a rule
right
here.
there. You're trying out the coffee shops, your eyes are glazed over like.
That's
like
the
a
21
fucking donut.
and over episode.
Yeah. So you're saying you want to branch out from not just doing donut. What's another field or another type of show that you want to do? Because I know it's brewing in your head.
Yeah. Okay. So we have a show, and it's gonna sound funny, but I'm just laid out there because I haven't seen another show like this. Mm-hmm. So my buddy Adam and I, which he has his own show called The Globetrotting Extraordinaire, which Tofu does the editing for that.
Mm-hmm.
Check that show out on YouTube if you guys haven't seen it yet.
I think I know Adam, I think.
Yeah, so Adam was he was on Facebook. I'm trying to remember the exact timeline. He was on Facebook. He posted this link about the best and most luxurious bathrooms around the world. And these bathrooms were like in the most random places. Like you're in Canada and you're out in the middle of the field, and the bathroom, it's like a single toilet and it overhangs the cliff. Yeah. And there's like another one in Russia.
It's just the beautiful scenery, and there's a fucking bathroom. Right?
So I told him, I was like, man, we should have another show where we go around the world and we just take shits in these
There's an audience for that.
Yeah, extravagant bathrooms.
I would
you know
definitely watch that because
I
judge places anywhere I go on their bathroom. It could be the fanciest fucking hotel, whatever, and you go to the bathroom and there's shit everywhere. I'm like, I don't like this place. I don't like this place.
We've all been in situations where we're in an unfamiliar place and we have to go to the bathroom really bad.
It's a thing
we
that
don't know
everybody
where to
does.
go. Yeah, so the name of that show is called Deuces. We go around the
Deuces! I like this.
world. So, you know, we go around the world. We eat at different places.
How are you guys gonna do the shit scenes?
Oh man. Oh man. GoPro in the toilet facing up.
Just flops on.
Yeah.
I got a horrible shit story. I was in Seattle in the little fish market. What's it called again? The Pike's Place Market.
Place Market. Yep.
The bathroom at Pike's Place is horrible. The stall it's only like neck height. So and it's
so you're
the
like
first.
people like, oh,
It's the first one as when you walk in. It's like short stall. Like all of them are short. So when people are walking in, if they look to their right hand side and they're taller than 5'4", they can see whoever's taking a shit or a piss right over there. So like I had to go bad. I'm like I gotta do it. I start taking a shit. There's like people walking in. I'm just waving, covering my fucking ball sack, and I had hella fish and mixed with donuts, mixed with everything. So now I have the choice of when I'm wiping my ass, am I gonna face this way and let my crotch show? I'm like, no. I turned the other way and I was wiping my ass towards the people.
Some people walking in like, what the fuck?
So if you guys do an episode, go to that place, go have the original Starbucks coffee, make your way over there.
And stuff like that.
That'll help you out with the shitting.
Yeah, that'll help you out with the
Like,
shitting.
and we both said that we don't know if we're actually going to do this, but we want to take one roll of toilet paper and go around the world and film one season. And if you run out of...
Oh my god, this sounds like fucked up now.
Living life on the edge.
You take baby wipes.
You got a spare square, you know? So.
I want to see how you do it in like those Asian countries where it's just like a hole in the ground. You
Oh,
the
the
Chinese
bidets too?
the China,
Where they actually clean
the
it
high end
Yeah.
Asian places. I'm talking about like places where you gotta squat and just
Yeah.
drop a load.
And
Even though they say that's healthier for you, you gotta have like shit
And
facts.
they have those bathrooms where there's like
Exactly.
a towel guy.
Shit facts.
There's the guy, whatever they're called, where he like, you wash your hands.
And
And
he just, yeah.
That
So you
happens
guys
in
talk-
Mexico, dude.
Well, I mean,
you gotta
that
like
happens in a
throw
lot
them.
of
You gotta
places.
throw them a
Yeah.
peso for them like giving you napkins. I'm like, what the fuck, bro?
It's
Yeah.
like, here's two. It was pretty bad in there.
Sorry,
And
man.
stuff like that, you know, you want to incorporate, like, it's an untapped, and we're going to try to make it as funny as possible.
It
It's
already
comfortable.
sounds fun.
Yeah,
I'll
so-
tell you that much.
You know, like stories like you just told us right there. Like, we want people on the show telling stories like that.
Well, if
you
you
know?
want me to go take a shit for you.
And we actually went into, we went to Toronto to go to this place called the Poop Cafe.
What the? Is that the place where the little monkeys eat it, poop it out?
No.
It's not that.
Well, we gotta visit that place. No, I've heard about that. It's like
Yeah.
$100 cup of coffee. Yeah, these monkeys.
No, I heard the coffee over there.
Yeah, they shit, and then you get the bean from the shit, and you make it
Somehow
Is
their
it a
digestive
monkey
system
or is it a
makes
bat? I heard it was a bat.
No, it's a type of
type of monkey.
primate.
It's a monkey?
Yeah.
I think it's called the eye, but I might be wrong. It's the ones with big ass eyes because they're all doped out on coffee.
Yeah.
So you got out like this. But
Oh,
tell us
jacked
about
up
your-
on Mountain Dew.
Tell us about Toronto.
So we went to this place called the Poop Cafe, and it's a dessert cafe. But you know they have the little poop emoji as their like little symbol or whatever or logo. So you go in there, you sit on toilets, like toilet seats, and when you order your food or your drink or whatever, you're actually eating ice cream out of a little miniature toilet bowl.
Oh, what?
So you're eating chocolate out of a little
Chocolate?
toilet bowl.
That's
You-
doo, baby.
That's it. No. And then when you drink, water or lemonade, you drink it out of a small little urinal.
Wow.
So it's
They're
stuff
going
like-
all out with this theme.
Yeah, they're going all out with that theme, man. And it's places like that where we want to go and shed light on.
Yeah.
And it'd just be cool. And that's like an untapped market. At least I haven't seen anything yet like that.
That's a
So-
Yeah,
very
that sounds like a
interesting
great
show.
idea.
Yeah, so we got shows like that. We also have, I'll show you or tell you another idea. We have a show called Donuts With, which means we go and we have donuts. We pick a person.
This little fly's gotta die.
Yeah, no, the fly wants to get in on the action.
You guys
show.
talking about shit?
Yeah,
I'm
he's like, shit,
coming
man,
around.
I got so many experiences, man. I sat on this piece of shit earlier today.
This guy's got the most shit.
Yeah.
I've only been alive for 24 hours.
Yeah. But
What's
we
it?
got another show that we're gonna work on called Donuts With, where we go and meet with people, everyday life, like you, for example. I know you're into your fitness, you're into your stuff, so we'd go and we would have donuts with you, and we would go through you with your daily routine or your life, and like if you like lifting weights, we'll lift weights with you. If you like doing yoga, we'll go do yoga with this person.
I like
Just
that.
everyday life. So it's like Donuts With.
And that's
Yeah,
that's
such and
already
such.
attached to what you're doing.
Exactly,
Well,
yeah.
even the shit one could be
Yeah.
attached, I guess. But that would be a dope little even like if you verge off and you do just one of those episodes,
Stay off, yeah.
and it adds to it. It can be the perfect dozen.
Yeah.
With that little spin.
Yeah. So we not only do we want to have a show, we want to build a whole channel. So you
Yeah.
can come to our channel. We have a whole bunch of different shows, and we got other crazy ideas that it's just all about the perfect dozen right now. But as soon as that
Personally,
takes off,
how close are you to your perfect dozen? Or do you think that's just the thing you'll never get to? Like, do you have your top 12 donuts of all time, or you're still trying?
It changes
still trying.
constantly.
It changes constantly.
Yeah.
Like that's the thing. We'll have it in seasons. So you say the first season, these are the 12 donuts.
Ah,
We
okay.
had. So you can go to all the shows on the first, or all the donut spots on the first season, and second season starts. Third season, fourth season, so on and so on. So.
Are you afraid to run out of donut places to go to?
There's so many, man.
Every time they'll come out with a new one, man.
Yeah.
There's donut shops popping up, and just because we go to this donut shop this time doesn't mean we can't go back and pick another donut or, just catch up with people and just, man.
Yeah, if you guys want to do that spin-off one, we're going to eat some donuts and train till we throw the fucking donuts back. That would be a fucked up one.
Yeah.
And then we'll go do the shit show afterwards. Exactly. I'll mix it all into one.
I wish I could show you guys this bathroom. It was just like overlooking a cliff, and the view was beautiful. It's like, man, if I could just take a shit right here, all my problems would be gone.
Now imagine getting a Blumpkin on that location.
Hashtag the dream,
Turn on some Kenny G and just fire away.
So, damn. There's so many episodes you can do with that. Like, what's the best view while taking a shit?
Yeah.
You're like off a cliff.
Scientifically, what's the best way to take a shit? Get him.
Damn.
That's why I do fitness, So it's like, I cut his life so fucking short. I can't grab him though. So
he had so many shit stories.
I'm just gonna leave him chilling right there on the camera.
He's like, no, I was gonna pick up your show for 3 seasons. An option on the 4th.
Like, guy, now I feel horrible. I just took some life out. It's all good. It's a circle of life.
Yeah.
We'll do that fucking fitness one tomorrow, man. I'm down for that anytime.
Yeah, man.
I got the location. Here's what we're gonna do. So you have the football field, right?
Yeah.
And we're gonna do suicides, but you gotta kill the donut on every suicide. So you put out like, let's say 6-7 donuts, and you run 10 yards, kill the donut, run back, touch the fucking goal line, run, kill the next donut. Do the same thing with beer if you want. Someone's throwing up at
you know how people do the beer mile where like they do a lap and then they drink a beer and then do a lap?
So you can do the donut mile?
Yeah, donut.
You gotta plot that.
Yeah.
Oh, I was talking about like, the Sacramento one where they have it. You go to all the different bars, you run, you drink a beer. And you gotta do that with donuts, but I don't know if there is enough donut spots in close proximity.
Not in Sacramento.
In Portland.
In Portland you could do
Portland, it's donuts, beer. That's what fucking... And weird people.
Because I know Portland's famous, or is it Portland with Voodoo Donuts?
Yeah.
Is there like a city that has just a whole bunch of places, or is that it?
There's also Blue Star Donuts, which I really enjoy. We actually filmed our pilot episode at Blue Star Donuts.
Okay.
And I would say like Voodoo and Blue Star are like the top 2 donut shops in Portland, which they've branched out. They've got donut shops in LA. Voodoo's in Denver and Austin. So
I went to Denver. I mean the Voodoo one in Austin as well. They have it in very hippie places.
Yeah, they know how to.
Where the market's at.
Yeah, they know how to market it.
Don't they have 2 Voodoo donut locations like pretty fucking close to each other in Portland?
Yeah, they're all pretty like not more than 10 minutes away, 5 minutes away.
I've seen that place on like TV shows, and the line gets like super.
You have to go at key times, man. Key times, a strategy on that.
I have actually a crazy story about Voodoo Donuts. So a couple of my buddies and I, we flew up there to Voodoo Donuts, and we were gonna go there, but we're gonna get breakfast first. So we walked by Voodoo, and we went to go get breakfast. And when we came back, they were putting buckets of donuts outside, they had a full bucket, and they're putting donuts outside, and everybody was like, "What's going on?" They're just putting donuts outside. So one person comes outside and says, "Oh, we have to close down early. We're going to a wedding, so we're giving away all these donuts for free."
Oh my god, I can see a melee just...
Yeah, and no, but people were still like hesitant. I'm telling you, they had like at least 9 or 10 like buckets filled with donuts to the very top, and we're just like, whoa. So I walk up and I grab a bucket, and I'm like, I look left to right, I'm like,
oh, I gotta go.
And I just take the bucket and I leave, and I'm like, okay. And then after that, other people started taking buckets with them, so. It's like, oh, this is cool. We got like 50 donuts for free.
Yeah.
So bought those back and
that's crazy.
Handed them out to people, gave them. So that was a pretty cool time.
I have a Voodoo donut story as well. I was trying to bring a box home, but you start to eat away at those, and you're like, man, you have a name for each donut. Like, this is for my homeboy over here, this is for my mom. Yeah. But you're like, you start to eat the ones of the people you care least about. Shit.
Like, oh, this person doesn't even like donuts.
Fuck Carl. He needs to lose some weight anyway. And you start eating. And then I had like 2 donuts left. And I was like, I gotta really take this one to the person who's picking me up at the airport.
Yeah.
But some homeless guy comes up and asks me for a donut, and I couldn't say no. So I was like, this is my charitable act. I gave that homeless man a donut.
You had 2 left, right?
Yeah, so I had one, he had one.
Oh.
We shared it. we even cheers. We went like, cheers. I ate a donut with the homeless guy.
I definitely know what that's about. Like, I'll walk through the airport and people are like, hey, can I get a donut? Can I get a donut? I'm like, sure.
Especially you're a celebrity at the fucking airport.
Yeah, every time I come by there, like.
You ever sign someone's donut?
No.
I signed donuts.
That's big time right there.
That would be big time. That's the dream. Yeah. That's the dream, to sign somebody's donut.
Yeah.
I need like one of those chocolate.
I thought you said assign the donuts. What are you talking about? Oh, sign a donut?
Sign a donut.
Yeah.
That donut's for you, that donut's for you.
I don't know if I want ink on
You get a donut, you get a donut, everybody gets donuts.
You gotta just have like an edible stamp.
Yeah,
that could be the
exactly.
signature right there.
A chocolate stamp.
I'm trademarking that.
Probably made.
Fuck you, man. Why you always gotta crush my
I'm
dreams?
saying.
Man, going back to that shit one though. Here's one you got.
You're really rolling on that.
No,
one.
I like that. It's a dope ass
I
idea.
like
Here's
it.
the one. It's
I like
gonna
how
be-
you mentioned though, like it's like a beautiful scenery and you're just there because you know when you go, it's like it's therapeutic. You just you can meditate.
You get a little-
it's your own time to yourself.
Exactly.
A lot of people
So
don't realize
time.
it because they're on their phones, which is not very hygienic. But like everyone does it.
You got
But it's
shit
like it's a
flying
one
flying
time.
up hitting your phone.
It's a one time that you're by yourself for the
Yeah.
most part. You know, so I really like that idea.
I want a glass outhouse on top of like somewhere like the Grand Canyon where you're looking out and you're just doing your business.
Yeah.
I think that's a good
Well, how do
idea.
you flush?
Huh? It's
How do
a
you flush?
glass outhouse like that.
Oh,
The-
gotcha.
But,
Yeah.
you know, flushes. No, maybe it falls into the Grand Canyon.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's got that blue
Rolls-
liquid in there.
it rolls downhill.
Yeah, it's just the actual hole you open it up and it's just the ground down there.
You gotta do an episode about like ones in planes since you're in planes so goddamn much.
Oh yeah, man, it's definitely hard. I'm not that tall, but people taller than me, I'm like, how, if you had to take a shit in here, there's no way
You
that.
gotta go like this when you're turning inside of
Yeah.
those.
Like I saw a guy, he had to at least be 6'10".
Jesus.
Going into the bathroom,
Yeah,
like,
man.
wow. Yeah, you might as well been, yeah, I mean, I was like, dude, you probably gotta pee with the door open, standing 10 feet back. Just so you have one, you know, to be comfortable.
Gotta shoot a jumper, you know?
Yeah.
Jesus. Speaking
Yeah.
about that, we got to hoop again as well, man. Here's how I first met this gentleman right here. Him and my brother were pretty good friends. They worked together and everything. And we played football one day together. It was like, I was still in high school and shit. Tackle football, we're not doing that shit no more because, you know, we get injured, we're fucked. But then it transformed into basketball and then I worked with him briefly as well.
Yeah, man, good times. I always loved playing sports. Like every year, football season come around, I was like, we gotta play
that
with
pick
him.
up football game.
We gotta play with him.
We had some heated rivalries. It was like they win one, we win one, they win one. And then my cousin got injured that one time.
That was the last time we played because
Yeah,
we weren't even
ended it.
supposed to be playing on that field.
We hopped the fence to get in.
Yeah, this nice high school football field, brand new, and we were playing football and just.
He tried to do Reggie Bush. He dove and tried to like stick his arm into the pylon, but when he landed, he was sideways, so his shit went.
Yeah, and my buddy tried to he was going, but he tried to tackle him the opposite way of the way his ankle was going.
Yeah, where it planted.
So it was just.
It was bad. When we were carrying him out, that foot was hanging slightly lower than the other one. And you know what was fucked up? It was almost like a law of attraction type thing. The whole day before and that day, he was like, man, I just hope I don't break my fucking foot. I just hope I don't break my fucking foot. If I break my foot, I'm going to lose my job. And he just kept saying it.
Yeah, man.
Then he went Reggie Bush in midair.
And it was just bad. Like.
And then getting him out of there was like, what are we going to do? We're going to throw him over the fucking fence. We're inside the football field, not supposed to be there. So we're like,
We had to hop the fence, yeah.
But then the ambulance came and stuff, and we all hopped, but we left them like inside, and the ambulance came and broke. They had the key to
You just
it.
keep playing like later.
No, fuck that. It was
Yeah, that was definitely the last time we played.
So then we started playing basketball because
It's a lot safer.
There's
Although,
less injuries.
people still get injured, but yeah.
a lot less though. Not no catastrophic shit like that. Yeah,
Well, what's his name? Gordon Hayward just fucking
Oh my god.
shattered his ankle. That was nasty.
Seen the highlights.
Did you
of
see that?
I seen another one too where they put him on the big screen at the stadium, and he was in the hospital, and they had him on the big screen.
Oh
like,
yeah, no.
I'm alright, guys.
Yeah.
That was bad, man. I've seen a lot of bad basketball.
It's funny how everybody around him freaked out, and he's the calmest dude there. He's like, "Oh shit,
my leg is making an L.
Yeah.
Not going this way." That was pretty horrible.
Kevin Ware is definitely the worst basketball injury I've ever seen in my life. He was, I forget what college. I think it's Louisville. Don't quote me on that, but dude came down. Basically, his leg was split into 3 spots.
Ooh.
So like the bones hanging out his thigh, bones coming out his knee, his shin is just hanging there, and it was just, oh man.
Another horrible one was, you seen the Anderson Silva?
Yeah, I was thinking about that
the
one.
guy his leg kick and went, came back and he kicked himself in the thigh. Oh, that was a horrible
And he
one.
said that he didn't even know his leg was broken until he tried to step down.
Yeah,
on his
when
foot.
he planted it and went kicked in. Oh, he had an extra knee and it started like halfway down the shin going the opposite way. Yeah.
Did he ever come back from that? Like,
he came back. They put bolts in his leg, which I don't know if that's cool for fighting. Now you got a bolt in your leg.
Yeah,
You
just
can heal at someone's head, but he wasn't, and he never was the same
yeah,
after
that's
that.
fair.
Also, USADA came in, which is the drug testing organization, and he wasn't the same after that either. I don't know, those Brazilians. What's getting back to travel now? I'm trying to go to South America this summer. Have you been out in that area, like
Not
Peru, Machu Picchu, none of that?
What's
I
your
would love to go
favorite
with
country
you.
that you've been to?
I would say my favorite country probably Amsterdam.
Amsterdam.
Yeah, Amsterdam's fun. It's a big party town. The first time I went to Amsterdam, it was King's Day.
Mm-hmm.
So it's basically like their 4th of July. They shut down the entire city of Amsterdam for the King's birthday, and they just throw the biggest party that you've ever seen. Like down every street, every block, there's a different DJ, there's a different party. It's just,
They're big into like dubstep. And
yeah, it was crazy.
House
It was
music
so
and
much fun. So much fun.
How did you feel in terms of, like, when I was in Mexico, I had to kind of look over my shoulder a lot when I was traveling through Mexico.
Yeah.
Cuba, on the other hand, I felt really safe. The crime rate in Amsterdam is probably like all the way low, right?
Yeah,
Super
I mean,
safe.
cops walking around and, they're not on high alert. I'd see cops walking around and just,
They're probably
I'm like, okay, this is probably safe. I don't go off into a dark alley, and say, oh, I should go over
Common
here.
sense.
Yeah, I just try to use common sense, like you said. But when I was the first time I went to Tijuana, that was...
Everybody goes, oh. Everybody listening goes, oh. Everybody has a Tijuana.
Looking around my shoulder, and every chance I get, some guy.
See a donkey show?
No. They were closed that day, so we didn't get a chance to go.
They're closed on Monday.
Yeah, closed on Mondays. But yeah, this guy walks up to me. He's all tatted out, neck, arms. He's like, "Hey, you remember me?" I was like, "No." Yeah, he walks up to me. He's like, "Hey, you remember me?" I was like, "No, man." He's like, "You don't remember me?" I was like, "No." He's like, "Look at me. You don't remember me?" I'm like, "No, dude. I don't remember you." And my buddy that spoke Spanish was there with me. Whispered something in his ear, and then the guy just turned around and walked away. I didn't ask him what he said, but
he's like, "Don't mess with him. He's the king of church." He fucking walked away. Oh shit.
But yeah, that was definitely. We got in the taxi cab. Taxi cab had no seatbelts, no windows. And I'm like, well.
Sounds better.
In Mexico, you have to either write down or take a picture of the number of your taxi, because there's some sketch fucking taxis out there.
Yeah.
Like when I was in Cancun, this one white dude we bumped into in the middle of the street. He's from Tennessee, Nashville, Tennessee. He had gotten mugged by his taxi drivers. So he fucked up. He got into a taxi that had a passenger in it. So it was like his homeboy, his accomplice, and he pulls a knife out on him. And this guy's a perfect match for getting robbed. He has a white dude by himself, fanny pack. Fanny pack, short shorts. Had probably the little, the shit where they do for the beach, where they put the little He probably had that, so he got jacked, and
rob me.
We ran into him with his shirt was like from washing it in the sink so long it started to get discolored, and he had a little bottle of Coke. And it only had this much. He's like, "I've been sipping this, trying to make this last all day." He's like, "I noticed you guys were speaking English. Can you please help me out with anything? I would never do this any other time, but I'm in need. I've been washing my goddamn shirt in the McDonald's bathroom for 2 days, and the embassy's trying to get me my passport. I had everything." So we helped him out a little bit. And this dude, the face just off of giving him 200, 300 pesos, his face was so much joy.
Yeah.
So moral of the story: watch out for fucking sketch taxis.
Yeah. You gotta always watch your back, man. I remember I was in Portugal, and we went as a group, And this girl, she got onto a little yellow trolley, and she had one of those big purses, and the purse was kind of open. So, you know, she just getting on, no. She gets off the trolley, and she's like, my wallet's gone. So she got pickpocketed, and luckily the cops found her wallet, and the only thing missing was the money. They left the credit cards, IDs, everything. Yeah. So it turned out being okay, but the fact that she got pickpocketed.
Isn't that a huge thing in Europe in general? Like pickpocketing, people are super pro at just bumping into you.
Yep. Anytime somebody gets too close to me, I'm like, you know. So always checking myself.
Yeah, when I was in Mexico City on the subways, because you know they're so like jam-packed tight, I put all my main possessions in a little bag and I put it across my body, so it was like a man purse but on the inside of my shirt.
European fashion.
Yeah, and I put my elbow on or my armpit on it, so like I kept my essentials there, like my passport. I don't care if you fucking take some of the money that I have, but passport, that's a
things to get you back.
Yeah, that's the biggie right there.
Yeah.
Then your little go-to money.
You got it.
What's a place that you haven't been that either you're planning on going to or you want to go
High
to?
on the priority list.
Italy.
Italy's
number one for me. I would love to go there. That's my favorite kind of food. Italian food.
You like the carbs?
Carbs, pastas, pizzas, everything. So that's definitely up there. I went to Hawaii once, but it was so short of a trip that I don't count it. So I would love to go back to Hawaii. Canada, I want to explore Canada more.
I've only been to Vancouver. I want to go to Toronto and see some of the other
Toronto's
stuff.
nice. I want to go to Vancouver. I want to go to Alaska too. I want to take a cruise to Alaska.
That'd be dope.
I heard they still have 7 Blockbusters open.
What?
Yeah.
Blockbusters are still alive?
Can't
In
go there.
Alaska.
I got some overdue stuff.
I want to go there and rent a movie and never return it.
Yeah.
Hey, you gotta tell your dad's Blockbuster story real quick.
Yeah.
His dad is you know South Park?
Mhm.
You know Randy from South Park?
Yeah.
His dad is like the Mexican version
the
of
Mexican
Randy.
living
Tell that
version.
story real quick. It's one of my favorites.
So, one time it was him, myself, and then my brother, right? We went to go rent a movie. This was back in the day. And we're there. He had actually been drinking a little bit, so he was there. But, you know, we were all over there. And we were just walking around the store, and it got to the point. You know how nowadays Netflix, it takes forever to pick out a movie?
Yeah.
Blockbuster was that, but in person. Like, you have to walk around, pick the right movie.
Yeah.
I think we had like a subscription where you got one free, so we had to get that one movie. You couldn't get 2 at a time. And so we're walking around, and he's like, you know what, guys, we gotta go. Like, it's been whatever amount of time, maybe 30 minutes, whatever. Let's go. And we're like, no, we want this movie. And then he's like, no, I want this movie. So essentially, he got fed up. He's like, if you guys don't pick a fucking movie right now, I'm gonna do a cartwheel or a somersault.
Yeah.
What is it? What is it when you
The barrel rolls?
The barrel roll,
the
like
front,
that.
front flips through.
And we're like, no way he's gonna fucking do that. He's playing. So we're just still looking at movies. He's like, I'm gonna do it. And he fucking does it like right next to the counter, just in front of everybody. We picked the movie that second. We're just grabbing off the shelf. To make matters worse, it was the worst fucking movie of all time. We thought it was The Matrix
Reloaded or something?
the sequel,
Yeah.
but at the time, they hadn't even made a sequel. So it was a full movie of commentary only of the original Matrix.
Whoa.
It was the worst thing ever. And we were like 9 years old at this time. We were like, how the fuck did we
If
get
you
this
see
movie?
his dad, it's like 30 times more funny. So I just imagine him just doing fucking rolls throughout all of
Oh my
Blockbuster.
god, it was so embarrassing.
Pick a movie.
Oh, man.
It's like we
R.I.P.
grabbed it, we
Blockbuster.
gave it to him because he had the card, and I was just like, I'm gonna head to the car, man. Like, just get it.
That's
Yeah.
dope as fuck.
Yeah.
When you go play basketball with us, his dad comes
he goes
by.
sometimes.
Okay.
So you're gonna come, you're gonna hoop with us, you're gonna meet his dad. You're like, this guy's fucking awesome. He's the
Definitely,
Blockbuster
definitely.
guy. Alright, but we can wrap it up right there. You have anything you want to plug? We'll put links in it as well, but get that verbal.
Oh yeah. Instagram, The Perfect Dozen. Facebook, The Perfect Dozen. Twitter, My Perfect Dozen. Be sure to follow Tofu, TOFU 916. That's on Instagram and Twitter. And I am Patman916, PATTMANN 916.
We'll put all the links on the
Oh, yeah.
description,
So check out the album No Shenanigans on iTunes, Apple Music, basically everywhere that you can, Spotify, everywhere that you can blast music, it'll be there. Look up Tofu 916 on his Apple Music and all that. We got songs, more shows to come out, more donuts, more adventures. Next time I come, I promise I'm gonna have some donuts for you guys from faraway lands.
Yes.
And I want to say thank you for having me.
Hey, thank you for coming, man.
We're gonna do some collabs.
We're excited to see what you got in the future, man.
Oh,
There's
yeah,
some
man.
good ideas you have. So.
Oh yeah.
Especially the shit one.
Next time you see me, I want to have a gold tuxedo on.
Hey, there you go.
With a cigar just like 20 feet long. Like, ha ha ha! I told you guys, this is how it's gonna go down.
And then we'll have our studio with the bathrooms facing like some exotic view and.
Yeah, we'll do the whole show while we take a shit. So.
Oh, that's the next level
And
of
eat donuts.
podcasting.